Welcome to Johns Island Park. Grab a Bible, check out Numbers 36, and let's play around together. In Numbers 36, we see a return of the daughters of Zelophehad and concerns about female inheritors. That was not the line, but I'll take it. So the people rightly recall that the Lord has promised to give them an inheritance by lot, and that the Lord has called them to include the daughters of Zelophehad because there is not a male heir in that line. But then the concern is about how that inheritance will pass forward in the next generation. So specifically, they're concerned about the tribes holding on to their inheritance in the way the Lord's intended, that if these inheriting women marry outside the clan, that in the next generation, the land will go into a different tribe, and the tribe of Manasseh will lose a portion of their inheritance through marriage. Moses affirms that what they are concerned about is right, and so he instructs them that their eternal inheritance from the Lord is not to be transferred between tribes. At the same time, we also see that the Lord isn't going to soften his stance on how the inheritance should work. And so he provides guidance to avoid the pitfalls of these two potentially conflicting guidelines. The instruction is that they can marry who seems right to them, but it just needs to be within their own tribe. By marrying within their tribe, they'll ensure that the inheritance stays within the tribe of Manasseh. And it ends with, "These are the commandments of the Lord given by Moses in the plains of Moab, by the Jordan, beyond the Jericho." So what can we learn from this about the Lord? Where do we see Jesus in this passage? One thing we can see here is that the Lord cares that his law and his commands be obeyed, even when it feels like there's tension or conflict between the commands. In this case, the command to inherit within the family and the command to inherit down father's lines. Furthermore, he declares it right that the people be concerned about these issues. Furthermore, in his wisdom, the Lord provides a means by which both the spirit of both laws would be fulfilled through wise choices, namely marrying within their clans, helps both laws be fulfilled. I think it's important for us to recognize that when the word of the Lord calls us to a thing, we're to look for ways to obey, not for ways to disobey. I think it would have been easy for the people to look for a loophole as a way to take advantage of the daughters of Zelophehad, and yet the Lord doesn't even come close to permitting that. Also encouraged to see the Lord giving women incredible freedom. He tells them to marry who seems best within their own clans and tribes. It may sound overly restrictive to our modern ears, but we'll remember that our greatest freedom comes when we are obedient to the Lord's commands. And he does give a tremendous amount of freedom in pursuing wisdom. Identifying who is best would probably take some community work together. Once they're in the lands, marrying within their own tribes won't be that hard. That's where they're going to be living together in extended family units and clans. So dating outside your tribe, so to speak, is probably just not even a logistic possibility. So the Lord is good. Let's rejoice in him today. Let's rejoice that he gives women freedom, that he protects inheritances from unrighteousness, that he calls us to be obedient to his word, even when it feels like there might be conflicts. Rejoice in the Lord. I'll see you next time.